Scott Hundley, Region 8, Scott County High School, 2000. Scott Hundley was the 2000 Kentucky High School Mr. Basketball. His all-around game fit well into Scott County coach Billy Hicks' teams. He was a two-time Courier-Journal All-Stater, as well as an all-tournament team selection in 2 consecutive KHSAA Sweet 16. Scott scored 2,200 points and garnered 1,100 rebounds in his illustrious career. He was selected as the Kentucky Gatorade Player of the Year in 2000. He accepted a basketball scholarship to Vanderbilt University, where he had an outstanding career. He would go into coaching after graduation and was president of the Kentucky Association of Basketball Coaches for 2 years. Scott Hundley is currently a principal in the Woodford County school system.
I know my parents were big basketball fans coming up, so obviously I naturally fell into that. My dad played at Morehead State in their Hall of Fame, as well as playing overseas for about 5 years, winning some championships in Germany. My mom is the lesser-known basketball player, but she let us know for a long time that she was the only one that won a state championship. She played for Butler in Louisville, and then obviously went overseas with my dad and then played on the women's team over there. I got to throw my older brother in there, who oftentimes we're in that backyard going at each other. My mom and dad always knew when there was a winner because the other one came in mad. My dad liked to shoot the ball outside a lot, and my mom will tell you she taught me how to box out. From a very young age, we're very supportive, and that makes all the difference in the world. I think there was a lot going on in Georgetown at that time. They were really starting to expand with Toyota. The high school was built, but also having a new coach. Coach Hicks was coming in. The phrase red heat was coming out right about that time because of his style of play. He was one of those people that never left the gym. He would never let you leave the gym either, but he also had a bunch of guys like myself and Rick Jones and A.W. Hamilton who loved the game. And he was just so masterful at allowing us and teaching us and giving us the skills to put that on display. Our gym was always full. I can remember days when I'm getting out of school at 3:30 and we have fans that are already sitting in their seats for our game that evening at 7:30. I don't think I've ever in a year gotten better than I did that year. I mean, I wasn't used to a 3.5-hour practice, so feet hurt a little bit. Billy ran those like a boot camp. You hear people say, I learned how to be a professional, or I learned how to, that was what that was. It was that transition to, I'm not just a high school player anymore, I'm preparing for college. And that was that. I learned how to practice hard, I learned how to play hard, I learned how to be a good teammate. I learned how to win the right way and play hard. And it was in me. I just didn't know what could pull it out, and Billy Hicks I got to give him a lot of that credit, is because he taught me how to do that through how he had already formed his program. And so I came in, I assimilated to what everybody was doing, and I learned real quick that if I didn't bring it every day, I was going to get punched in the face. Have those opportunities to play against talent outside of Kentucky. The city of Palms, my junior year, when we played against, every team we played in that tournament won their state championship. And so we beat all of those teams, including Ballard, who beat us for the state championship. So we beat them that game, and they came back and beat us later. And I love the fact that they always would look at us as these little small guys from Kentucky, and we just demolished them oftentimes, and it was our style of play was so much fun. I would have to say just the grind and the process, like that was one of my favorite things. Looking back, it was hard, it was tough. To say Hall of Fame, it validates all the time and effort that went into crafting that skill. It tells me that I was one of the best at what I did. It taught me a lot of life skills. It just shows me that I can be great at something else too, with hard work and that process that goes into anything that I do, that I can do it and do it well at a high level. I look at it through the eyes of my daughter. To see her light up when I tell her that, or when she goes and tells other people that, she loves telling it, and it makes her happy, and it makes me proud that she's proud of me.